What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Collective Comics and the Lights Comics Action Podcast. We're getting into the second episode of the year this week, episode number 13 here today. I'm joined by the homie Jake. We're going to be playing some games, getting into the future of collecting in this episode and what that brings for us in this new year and our kind of steps going towards that and how we're going to take that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like the general future of collecting, but
yeah,
our opinions on the future of collecting for us, at least.
Yeah, the future of collecting for us, for sure. And then we're going to be talking about the pull list, guys.
Yeah.
Getting into this episode here.
Yeah.
How you doing today, man?
Bro, I am fine.
Just fine.
Fine, yeah.
All right.
How are you? How are you?
I'm chilling.
You chilling? You're always chilling, bro.
I'm always chilling.
Always
man.
chilling and grilling.
That's what you got to do, man. You just got to ride the wave. You got to chill it out, ride the wave.
Have you ever surfed, bro?
No.
Bruh.
That's the one thing that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go surfing, but I never have. I love snowboarding, love skateboarding. Done pretty much most of the boarding.
We should just go surfing on Lake Michigan.
We can figure it out. At least wakeboarding or something. Get a jet
stand-up
ski.
paddleboarding.
Right?
I don't know how much surfing is going to happen.
I'll just be ripping it up on a jet ski, making a bunch of waves, and you're just riding them.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just cruising. I don't know if I could get up on a board. I'm a large man.
We can figure it out.
It'd have to be I'd be like the Silver Surfer out here, just like tearing it up, Lake Michigan.
I'm down, dude. That sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like a cool video to make.
Yeah, just spray paint ourselves silver. Right? Just surfing on no waves.
Dang.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna. All right, dude. We're gonna try something today. We're gonna try these Mad Libs. I was listening to a podcast the other day. They did a holiday Mad Lib, and I was like, I kind of want to see if there's like superhero Mad Libs. I found some books on Amazon. We got the Avengers one right here. I ordered a DC one too, but the DC one didn't come in. So if this is cool, we'll have to do it again.
I think somebody was jealous. Somehow they knew that the DC one was in that package, and they just yanked it.
They just grabbed it.
Yeah, they took it.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
I mean, anything for Batman.
Anything for Batman. So I do have some little notes here on what like a noun and a verb and stuff is, because you've heard us like try to think of things on the spot, and I figure any little thing that we can do to help us move along smoothly will help a little bit.
Right.
But I figure I'll just open it randomly and we'll just start.
Just go for it.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
All
Open it blind. Close your eyes.
Ooh. Well, I'm not gonna.
So wait, are you like gonna ask me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna ask you. Well, yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to ask me when I.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, wait a second. Yeah.
All right. So Mad Libs. I don't know if everybody should know what Mad Libs are. I think, right?
I would hope so.
So there's a story. There's blanks. We fill in the blanks with the words, and then at the end we'll read it and see what kind of story we came up with.
Here we go. I'm gonna try to scoot more over here just so I don't want to see nothing. I want to make it. Are we going for a goal? Are we trying to make this like some kind of like funny? Or are we making this serious?
I
like
think
dramatic?
we're just gonna get through the first one and go.
Okay, so we're not theming it out yet.
I mean, if you want to theme your answers, that's up to you.
Right. I have some funny ideas. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Yet,
Well, the story will tell.
Yeah.
Well, first we need a color.
We need a color.
Magenta. I need to put the pen out. Magenta.
I was like, I can't just go with a blue or a purple or pink or something like that. I got to get with a weird color. So let's go with that.
Part of the body.
Part of the
Part of the body.
Cheeks.
Which ones?
We'll see.
It's up to interpretation.
Yeah, we'll see what's funnier.
Verb ending in ing.
Fighting.
We'll have to put the Jeopardy sound in there.
There we go.
Fighting.
Copyright strike.
All right, adjective. Describing word. We got to describe something.
Rancid.
Okay. The punk band?
Yes. Every time I say it, I'm like, yeah.
Another adjective.
Oh.
What's another punk band?
Oh. I'm trying to think of one now. Here it goes. But another describing word, melting.
Melting.
Is that
That's
or is that more of like an action?
Yeah, that's probably more of an action, a verb ending in ing.
Okay.
Describe it.
Liquidy.
Liquidy.
That's what we're gonna go with, or bubbly. Whichever.
Well, I'm already putting liquidy.
All right, it's liquidy. I don't think. Well, it's liquidy's a thing, but I don't think it's spelled like how I'm thinking to spell liquidy.
I spelled it a certain way, but we'll see.
Dude, I'm sitting here.
We
thinking
need another
equity.
part of the body. Well, we got some more adjectives coming up. So if the second one was that rough for you,
Here we go. This is what I'm saying. You put some pressure on me. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
part of the body.
Toe.
Toe. Another adjective. Describe something.
Rocky.
Rocky. And Bullwinkle.
Oh, there we go.
Another color. Pink.
Violet.
Violet. Part of the body. Only got a couple left.
Your knuckle.
Knuckle. My knuckle specifically.
A moose's.
Going 2023 strong. If you heard the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. Another part of the body.
Your ankle.
Oh God.
I hope this is great.
I just realized after knuckle in your comments, the last body part you said was toe. So, exclamation.
Explanation.
Exclamation. Like exclamation.
Okay, so more like pop.
Sure.
That's what it is. It's pop. You know what I looked at?
What?
A Funko Pop.
I was like, what?
And I was like, pop.
I was like reading it, but it's too far away. So yeah. Anyways, adjective. 2 adjectives.
Oh, here we go.
2 adjectives.
Creamy?
Creamy. I thought we weren't theming it.
That's funny because I was about to say steaming, but now I feel like I can't.
Steaming it is.
All right.
All right. Oh God. Are you ready for this?
Are you ready for this
kids?
one?
I've been watching SpongeBob to fall asleep to.
There we go.
I've never watched SpongeBob.
I think you told me that at one point.
Anyways, let's get into this.
The SpongeBob comics.
All right. Mad Lib. This is Javier's Mad Lib.
All right.
Are you sure you want to do this, Cap? The Magenta Widow said, "Don't you worry about me, Natasha."
The Magenta Widow.
I've been in hand to cheeks combat with some of the best fighters in the world. Captain America said, "Fighting." Perhaps, but none of them are as rancid as me. The Black Widow, as she began a liquidy attack.
I can't. This is a great idea.
Cap ducked under her kicking toe and did a rocky somersault to escape. Cap flung his shield. It bounced off the wall behind the Violet Widow. So she's been the Magenta Widow, the Violet Widow, and the Black Widow all in the one thing. And as it bounced off the wall behind the Violet Widow, and it hit her on the knuckle before bouncing back to Cap's waiting ankle. Pop! How did you get to be so creamy with your shield? Asked the Black Widow. It was easy. All it took was a lifetime of steamy work, Cap said. As it bounced back to his waiting ankle. Pop. Oh my God.
See it. I'm starting to tear up, dude. This is making me cry.
That was funny. I didn't know if it was going to be that funny, but it was that funny.
It was that funny for sure. Oh boy, here we go.
I have like weird feelings in my head from laughing. That was dumb.
All right. That was great.
That was funny.
That was hilarious. That was...
I didn't know how this is going to work out, but I'm happy we did it.
Yeah, me too. This is phenomenal, dude. This is hilarious.
So funny.
Oh my god.
Now I'm going to feel weird if mine's not as funny as yours.
Creamy. Just make it creamy.
How did you get to be so creamy? Whatever one you open up, make my last adjective creamy.
Right.
Just right away. Okay. The last adjective is creamy.
Here we go.
How did you get to be so creamy?
I made contact with the camera. I didn't look.
Contact.
Adjective.
Bumpy. Bumpy. Bump it up.
So when I hear bumpy, I think my son watches the Jurassic Park animated thing, and there's a dinosaur.
Really?
Called Bumpy.
I watched the first season. It was actually good, but I never watched it.
It was actually,
yeah.
It gets me into it. I'm like, this is a good show, yo. Last name.
Herman. Herman. Hey, Herman. That's my last name.
Adjective
is phallic.
Frolic?
That's not what I said.
That's what I was doing. I was like, what?
I guess it's phallic.
Phallic?
Yep, that's the word that came to my mind, and that's what I'm sticking to.
Okay, so I'm not very hip on vocab.
Yep, just go with it.
Okay.
It's
what's a number?
74.
Noun.
Grand Canyon.
Ooh.
Phallic is like resembling a penis, essentially.
That's hilarious. I know the one word after what I wrote down. So
oh, cool. That's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Real mature guys.
Are you ready for your type of liquid?
Oh God. Gelatinous.
Is that a type of that would? Yeah, gelatinous.
I'm sorry that you have to you don't have to spell it right, just enough for you to be able to recognize.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I probably spelled like Jenna. Not gonna finish. Adjective.
Adjective. Shiny.
Vehicle.
It's okay. I don't know. You got me going. So
Vehicle.
Steamroller.
Okay.
We're seeing into our
steamy.
We're seeing into our weird minds.
Here we go. I feel like I did that to us right
Yeah,
now.
maybe.
I put us in that direction, so that's just what's gonna happen. Oh wait, celebrity's last name.
Hilton. All right. Nope.
Drink some water. Need another noun.
Noun. Cart. Like a grocery cart. Trolley.
Trolley. I already wrote down cart.
I think people call it. Don't people call grocery carts trolleys?
I think in like London.
Well, there you go. Let us know in the comments below what you call it.
I could have just totally made that up. Adjective. Fizzy. Animal.
Orangutan.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Isn't that start with an A? It's not or.
I think it's an O.
That's what I was like. Is it orangutan or orangutan? I was like, I feel like it's like every time I hear it, and I'm like,
Yeah, we're just gonna get close.
Tang. I know how to spell tang. Adverb.
Adverb. Graciously. I hope you can read your handwriting.
Oh, I can.
Okay, good.
Adverb.
Didn't we just do an adverb? Another adverb?
Another adverb.
Presumptuously. No, don't do that one. Don't do that one.
He's like, he's not gonna be able to say it.
lightly.
Lightly.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Did you
Here we
put
go.
creamy? Is creamy in there? You didn't put creamy in there? I was like,
Oh, no, that was the last.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
okay.
whatever. Yeah, no, I didn't. I forgot. But
Damn.
we still, you know what? We still
We'll
added
have to
we added some kind of steam in there. So let's see how hot this gets.
Yeah.
Humid. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Iron Man was in a race against time. The bumpy electronic genius, Herman.
What? I'm just thinking about the dude from Dragon Force.
The bumpy electronic genius, Herman, had hidden a bomb inside the Navy's phallic submarine.
Perfect.
I know, that's why I was like,
Austin
oh.
Powers. It's just Austin Powers.
He's going to activate the bomb in 10 minutes unless he was paid $74.
Oh, no.
I've got to cut off the Grand Canyon signal or the crew is doomed.
The Grand Canyon signal for $74.
Right?
Can I get a Grand Canyon signal for $74, please?
Iron Man said right before he dived beneath the icy oceans, gelatinous.
What?
Gelatinous. The icy ocean, gelatinous in his shiny armor.
Okay.
So that worked. That worked.
Oh, type of liquid. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my bad.
That's why I was like, is that? And I was like, all right, you know what, whatever. Jello.
Yeah, I was describing
The
a
icy
liquid.
ocean jello.
Yeah.
Jelly.
Yeah.
In his shiny armor. He spotted the steamroller ahead of him. Iron Man, our time is up. Captain Hilton called on his radio.
Captain Hilton.
But Iron Man didn't have the time to respond. He had already found a cart. Using all of his fizzy strength, he ripped it out of the submarine. Faster than an orangutan. That one I wrote down pretty fast, so that one was hard. Faster than an orangutan, Iron Man flew graciously out of the water and released the bomb high in the sky where it could lightly explode.
Just lightly.
Just lightly. I mean, it's a $74
Yeah, it's a
bomb.
$74. That's what I was just going to say. The $74 explosion.
Right.
You know, it's just like a sparkler.
It's a bottle rocket.
What the heck?
Oh, dude, this is great.
Oh,
this is a great idea,
goofy.
man.
Oh, man.
This is great. Explosions.
I think we have time for one more.
One more? Let's go for one more.
You want to give me words, or you want me to give you words? You give me words.
All
I
right,
got
all
the
right.
book. I got the book.
Cool.
We'll have to do the DC one when we get it.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Because this is funny to me.
Yeah, this is great.
Even if nobody else thinks it's funny, we're having a good
He
time.
dived into some icy ocean jelly.
Yeah, I was describing a liquid. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. Anyways, last name.
Last name, Hep.
Hep. Oh, putting me on blast.
No, I'm gonna do
No, it's fine.
it. I like. Okay.
It is fine. It is fine. Third and final. This is the third and final. Madlib. That's what they're called.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine.
There we go.
Plural noun. So multiple of this noun. Put an S on any word.
Snakes.
Snakes.
I don't know why. It's literally a snake.
Number.
Number 69.
Okay. Not $74 explosion. Person in the room, male.
George.
Okay. George is not in the room, just so everybody.
Yeah, I don't know who George is. I got an uncle named George.
There you go. Noun.
A noun. McDonald's.
Okay. McDee's. Number
1,113.
Put the comma in there. Adjective.
Milky.
Milky. Plural noun.
Multiple. So like
Yeah, like-
monkeys. You got me on the orangutan thing now. I'm like, oh, there it goes.
Oh god, that's written really bad. Verb ending in ing. ing.
I'm trying to think of something funny that's like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure whatever you say is gonna be funny because of what's doing it.
Okay, so we can just say boiling.
That'll work. There was one word that you would have said that would make sense and wouldn't be that funny, but pretty much any other.
Okay, cool. Let's see how we boil this one up.
Noun.
Burger King.
BK. Burger King and McDonald's in the same Mad Lib noun.
Another one.
Another one. Another one.
Another one.
Soundbite.
I wish. I know.
Another one.
Taco Bell.
Okay. Adjective.
Stinky. That must mean that's a good one.
It's pretty funny, I think. Plural noun. We also don't know. I just look at the word after it, so I have no idea the context of it. But I think it's funny so far. Plural noun.
Streets.
From the streets. Part of the body.
Here we go.
Your favorite.
The tip of the nose.
Tip of the nose. Plural noun.
Cars.
Color.
Red. I was trying to think of another like
Celebrity's last name. Yeah.
Armstrong.
And noun.
I don't know what to. I'm like, I feel like I've said everything, and I'm like, I'm trying to do something that's not a fast food joint. You know? That's not just like whatever. We're gonna go with Best Buy.
Best Buy. Okay. That's funny. Best Buy.
So we get the Best Buys.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is everybody ready?
Are you ready to rumble?
This one is called Hail Hydra. The Hydra Army sounded for Fort Hep, Army base with armored snakes and 69 helicopters. By my father George, there are many McDonald's soldiers, said Thor. And only 1,113 of us. It's only a couple.
Right.
It's literally not a milky fight. Finished Iron Man. Oh, man. Yeah, for them, Hawkeye said with a laugh. With a cry of Avengers Assemble, the monkeys raced into battle. Thor flew through the boiling helicopters, and his Burger King held out with a battering Taco Bell. I've been playing Gotham Knights batarangs, man.
There's burritos now.
Yeah, with a battering Taco Bell. Meanwhile, the stinky Hulk tossed the armored cars into the sky, where Iron Man blasted them with his repulsor streets. Repulsor streets in hand to tip of the nose combat.
Giving like Eskimo kids.
Oh, God. The soldiers' cars were useless against Captain America, the Red Widow, and Hawkeye. By the time Colonel Armstrong and his troops arrived, the Hydra army was retreating. If I only had an entire Best Buy of Avengers, he said with a sigh. That was fun. That was a good time.
Oh my gosh. That one, some of those actually kind of made sense.
Yeah.
The big stinky Hulk.
Dude, that's what I was like. the boiling helicopters.
Yeah. Only 69 of them. I don't know what happened to the 70th one.
Yeah, and they only had 1,113 troops. So,
Yeah, only.
Oh man. So those are Mad Libs. Let us know what you thought about them. If you liked it, that's awesome because we're doing it again probably.
Yeah, this was great. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We're gonna have some DC ones coming. I mean, we got books, so there's more left. You know, we can do it again. Maybe we'll stick one in here and there and once in a while and around the square.
Explosions!
Collecting in 2023, it's probably going to be a little bit different for me. What are you thinking about 2023?
2023, I'm excited.
We're a weekend. So.
We're a weekend. I'm very excited. I have not pulled back on buying comics. I've been selling a lot more though.
Right.
So I feel like with my collecting, that's kind of where it's starting to go with doing the Whatnot streams and everything
Link in the
like
description.
that.
Link in the description.
Yeah,
$10.
Definitely. Link in description. Now's the time to throw that in there.
Yeah.
You get a free $10 credit towards your first purchase on Whatnot. Helps us out, helps the channel out.
Right.
You know, so if you can do that, it means a lot. But I want to give a quick shout out to the Whatnot group.
Yeah.
That just started with us on Instagram. Not us. I didn't start that.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of people in there, and it's just a great community to kind of learn from. A bunch of different sellers, a bunch of different buyers, and just learning, you know, and taking it that way.
I saw some of the group chat. I mean, it seems like really like friendly. Like everybody's kind of helping each other out, and you know, it's really cool. So yeah, shout out them for sure.
Yeah, it's a really crazy cool experience. Maybe we can have one of them hop on the show. We could figure something out or something like that. I think it'd be super cool. My main goal is to send more stuff out to CGC.
Yeah, I have some stuff I want to send out too. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I have a lot of books that have been just kind of like stacking up to the side that I'm like, this is CGC.
Yeah.
You know, and I just haven't done it. And I just need to start doing it. I've just been so kind of nervous about sending my books out.
Yeah.
You know, especially when they're a little bit of higher dollar books. Like it just makes me nervous because people are getting other people's books back sometimes and not getting their books every once in a while. It's only happened once or twice, which there are going to be errors. And from my understanding, they've tracked down those books because they all have the like UPCs basically on them. They've tracked down the books, found the owners, got them, you know, either compensated them for what the book is worth and the graded slab is worth, or
got the book back to them.
Figured it out and got it back. But I mean, it takes three parties at that point. It takes the person that has the book, the person missing the book, and CGC to all be compliant on getting that book back.
Yeah.
If the person got an extra book, like, I feel like
it comes down to morals at that point.
Yeah.
You know, but also like if you sent like a $30 book and you got back $1,000 book, it's like, I don't know if I want to send this back.
Yeah,
you know,
it's one of those things that it makes you like think about it, you know, 100%. But then you're like, I need to send this back.
I feel like I couldn't not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'd take a picture of it and be like, look what CGC did. You know?
Yeah, I would take a picture of it, probably throw it on the podcast, tell the story.
Hey, give me a week.
I'd just be like, let me like get this back to you somehow, some way. Let's figure it out. Because I feel I'm very much in. Like I feel like karma is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like if that were to happen to me, and I did that to somebody, then I'm not getting my book back.
Right.
You know. So that's what scares me.
Right.
Keep myself in check a little bit. But it just that feeling of not getting your book like is just terrible.
Right.
You know, and then the thought of it, you know, it hasn't happened to me yet, but the thought of it is terrible, and I would never want somebody else to.
Go obviously.
You know, I would try to 100% get that book back. You know, which is another cool thing that the comic community is unlike any other community.
For sure.
You know, I feel like as far as like there's really no gatekeeping.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody is so welcoming. Everybody that I've reached out to, had conversations with, you know, I've always been coming from music.
right,
and stuff like that.
That specific style of music too. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Where people feel like toes are getting stepped on, and they're very, this is my music. Don't take my fans. Don't do this.
To the point where like people were like taping over amp settings and pedal boards so people couldn't take their tone, and
and it was a big thing, and that's like what at first was making me scared to just even reach out to people in general. And now that I've started doing that, I've really seen that the comic community is just unlike anything else, and it's really awesome.
Yeah. I noticed that when I transitioned like out of like metal, like guitar music stuff into like a different genre, it was like that too. And the comic community, like you said, has been very welcoming. I mean, you can go to conventions and talk to anybody. You can go to Artist Alley and talk to these artists and support them directly. And you look at like YouTube channels for these artists, and they're like, yeah, check out how I drew this. Yeah, this is what I used to draw this. This is
how I do what I do.
You want to buy something from me? Like, that's great. Like, buy something from me. But this is how I made it. Like, if you wanna do what I do, this is what I did. If it works for you, great. It's like it's like really cool to see that.
100%, especially because like a lot of the comments that or messages that I've been getting is just like that. It's good to see that people are so welcoming and everything like that. And realistically, you as an individual end up learning more just by helping out and teaching people. You know what I'm saying? And that's another conversation to kind of get into. And not that like that's necessarily the future of collecting, but I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with it, because like,
I mean, that goes into your 2023 like plans, because you're definitely, I've noticed it too. We've kind of we both slowed down in buying for like more like personal collection stuff. You've definitely put a lot more into like the Whatnot stuff. So like more like, can I sell this on Whatnot? Am I going to sell this on Whatnot? Stuff like that. But yeah. So it is 2023, and a lot of that, like the signing up and getting $10 off is a lot of times going straight back into the Whatnot. So
it gives us it gives you a $10 credit, and it gives us a $10 credit.
Right.
So I can't like cash out a $10 credit.
Yeah.
So it's not even money in, but it's inventory or whatever. Just getting one book that's $10. I'm helping out somebody else that's going right back into the community, and it's creating this big cycle. And realistically, I feel like Whatnot is going to be the new eBay, and is just going to start taking over as far as reselling and trading comics.
I feel like as far as auctions go, if people know about Whatnot, it probably already is taking over eBay. But like I don't think the buy it now thing on Whatnot is as like smooth or like as utilized as it is on not Best Buy, eBay. But I definitely think there's some things that Whatnot can do to definitely take that next step. I don't know if they're going to do it or, what that's going to look like in the future, but it seems cool.
Yeah. I feel like the only thing that they realistically need to do is somehow, and I don't know what this would entirely entail, is make them like publicly sold. You know what I'm saying? Because they're technically privately sold. So these, when somebody does, when what happened to me happens with the Spider-Man slab, that's a high sale.
Yeah.
I paid $265 for that book. That's the high sale of a 9.8 of that book. So that makes the value go up. If I would have bought it on eBay, because it's publicly tracked.
Right.
So that makes everybody's books go up. And I was trying to figure out, like, is it publicly tracked? Like, how can I get that? Because I was like, if I'm going to do this, then I don't mind spending the extra book if it's going to help the value of Spider-Man go up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I care about, and it's helping out realistically, So, like, I didn't mind it too much. And if they can get sales publicly tracked, they're going to take over eBay.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. Heritage Auctions and eBay currently have both of their stuff publicly tracked and publicly sold. So, and that's what everything is based off of, mainly, as far as auctions and stuff like that going. What Whatnot did was combine the best of both of them and made Whatnot.
Yeah.
And
I think a big thing that Whatnot needs to do is like work on its search algorithm. There's been a few times where I went on there and I was searching for something specific and it's almost impossible to find. And that's not to say that anybody's selling it at that time in that moment, but like you would almost think like if I was looking for something specific and somebody had it for a buy it now or in their like current store or whatever,
it would pop their link.
Yeah, obviously auctions aren't going to pop up like that. But there's even been times where I go to like search for like sellers that like I'll see a video on YouTube, be like check out my whatnot and be like okay, and I try to search them,
and it's hard,
and you can't find them. You know what I mean?
That's what somebody told me the other day. They said Collective Comics wasn't coming up, and I was like, "What the heck?" And it's because they had a capital C in it, and for Whatnot usernames, you can't have capitals,
right?
And at all in them, or else I would have done them both capital C's. But somebody was putting in the capital, and it just didn't pop up whatsoever.
Yeah,
so I was very shocked.
It's not their search algorithm is bad,
but they're into the feed. Algorithm is amazing.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah, like they have a lot of really good things and there's a few things that like something like that should be working. You know what I mean? Like a search function should be working, right?
100%.
On something that big. But I think, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's still pretty new. You know what I mean? So as long as those changes happen, I feel like I would like to see them work on like the search function instead of like taking the heart off the screen. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I think it was because, you know, hearting people's streams helps people and whatnot. You know what I mean?
It pushes it through the algorithm, but puts them to the top of the page, and more people will be able to come into their stream.
Then they took the heart off the screen, and now you have to double tap to hit the heart. And I didn't even know that. I'm like, what happened to the heart? I guess I'm just not going to like people's stuff.
You asked me, and then
you're like, just double tap. And I'll be like, oh, like I should have, like they didn't, that's not like intuitive. That's not user friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely see the hearts, like they don't happen as much as they used to as when the heart button was there.
Yeah.
It was just there, and they're like, oh, cool.
There's a button for it. You know what I mean?
That I can help them out for free, you know, or like I'm enjoying the stream or whatever.
You also get so used to like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, every social media has like a like feature and it has a button. You know what I mean? And you get used to
TikTok is double tap now too for live streams. I feel like that's what made them do that.
I feel like they've been like that for a while, but like there was an option. I don't know, but like why not have the heart on the screen? You know what I mean? Like, or like have like a setting in like your personal account where you can like heart on the screen, heart off the screen. Like but I feel like people are going to hit the heart if the heart is there. You know what I mean? If the heart's not there, people aren't going to. But it's just like little things like that. Like I'd rather
have to make it a game, be like double tap the screen.
I'd rather see them put time and effort into things like the search function than should the heart be on the screen? I don't know if the heart should be on the screen. You know what I mean?
I feel that, yeah.
Like you have the potential to be a really cool thing. Just like make it really cool.
100%.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Whatnot. If anybody asks me, you know what I mean? Sure. But yeah, it's been really cool. The streams that I do get to catch, you know, because I sleep all day, so I don't catch all the streams, but they're cool, and people are interacting, and people are nice. You know, it's just like anything else, you get like a random like stinker.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, there's trolls.
Yeah, it happens.
There's trolls. There's nothing you can do to stop that, but you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You have moderators. You can kick people out of your streams if somebody's being that harsh.
Yeah.
Kick them out, block them from your stream. There's answers. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is. It's the same thing on like Twitch. It's the same thing on anything else. So what are you thinking about personal collection this year, or like grabbing comics themselves?
I've been extremely into. Well, they just started doing Book of Slaughter, which is, I'm pretty sure, House of Slaughter is before Something is Killing the Children, and then Book of Slaughter is after Something is Killing the Children.
Okay.
I believe.
I still haven't started Something's Killing the Children, but
I could have it flipped up.
I'm going to. Oh.
I'm not reading House of Slaughter until I finish Something's Killing the Children, and they just dropped another one this week.
Yeah.
So I'm still not done, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But it seems like we're getting to the end of an arc, so that's probably when I'll start.
Yeah.
House of Slaughter and then Book of Slaughter. So Boom Studios is one that I always have my eye out for now. Something's Killing the Children, 8 Billion Genies.
Yeah.
They have been doing a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is pretty cool, which you started getting me back into that. I picked up a cover the other day. I was like, okay, this is cool. Not that I've read it, but you got me into it, and I was like, this is cool.
Right.
Opened up that third eye.
Yeah. I think going into this year, I'm going to just slow down in general as far as just like buying comics. Like I was noticing that like I like a lot of covers. I like a lot of stories. I like a lot of this and I like a lot of that. And just with like, especially going back to like the King in Black stuff and now like the Dark Web stuff and now the like Star Wars stuff, it's like, if I'm buying all the books and those storylines and all the things, like I'm going to be going broke buying $4 comics. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to read more digitally if I want to read something like as it comes out and just buy like covers that I really want, like
100%.
like Deadpool covers I really want, or like if there's a Scotty Young cover that I really want. But I also feel like that's going to open up some money for omnibuses. And I kind of want to start, because I buy 100 comics and they just look like pieces of paper on the shelf. You know what I mean? And if I want to read the story all the way through anyways, I know DC does like an all the way through, like puts the stories in order.
Yeah.
Where like Marvel, you have to kind of jump around a little bit. But like, not only do I have the whole story, but I also have like something that looks cool on the shelf. You know what I mean?
100%.
But
that was one thing that I definitely did want to get into is this year is getting some omnibuses and stuff like that. The ones I can't find, of course, that every time I'm looking for them, I'm looking for some like Miles Morales stuff, Edge of the Spider-Verse, all sold out. So that's the hard part for me, but definitely something I do want to get into, especially we were able to kind of start looking through a couple of them that some people had, and I was like, okay, these are really cool.
Yeah.
And like just the quality of them, they felt like I was like, I'll spend money on this,
Yeah.
And
I think I want to go more like trades, hardcovers, and omnibuses instead of like one-off comics, unless like I really want it for some reason. You know what I mean?
For the cover and stuff.
Or like it's like a special variant. That was another thing I was saying. I was like, I'm buying like 10 comics for $4. It's 40 bucks. You know what I mean? I could buy like one really cool variant for 25 and then maybe send it to CGC and then have it really cool and then maybe sell it someday. You know what I mean? Whereas like if I'm buying like all these one-off comics that don't necessarily like Double Trouble is really cool. I think it's really cool, but I don't think a lot of people think it's really cool. It's a lot more like kiddie oriented, like kid style, like, my Scotty Young tastes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't think a lot of people are going to be looking for a Double Trouble cover. You know what I mean? So, something that I could spend $25 on, and even if I only make $25 on it, I'm breaking even. But if I buy a $4 comic and then it just ends up in a dollar bin in the future, like that's not helping anybody. You know what I mean? 100%. We could sell it on Whatnot and stuff, but we run it for $1, $2, we're already down $2. You know what I mean? And then Whatnot takes theirs. So it's just like buying comics every day doesn't make a lot of sense to me unless it's like something I really want. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of how I went too. My pull list, especially when we first started it, was pretty extensive.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of comics at once every week. And it was getting to the point where I was like, I need to start pulling back for the same reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting expensive, and it's just like, why do I, because realistically, I'm like, I haven't read this yet. I don't even care about it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't want to read it. Like, who cares now? So it's like, at that point, is where my collecting has kind of shifted down. Now it's only like 3 books that I'm picking up maybe a week, which isn't unreasonable, I don't feel like, but it takes some effort for me to do that, and be like, I want all of them, but I can't, so like, I'm gonna pat myself on the back real quick.
I'll do it too, buddy. There you go. I think a lot of it, like starting the channel and stuff, I don't know how it made you feel, but it made me feel like I had to read every comic as soon as it came out, and like if I wasn't on top of this storyline and that storyline, like I had to be on top of everything. And I mean, it's not. I mean, it is possible, but it's a lot. You know what I mean? We have lives, and
I mean, especially for falling out of collecting for the past few years and then getting back into it within the last year and a half or whatever, that it's that time that we had to catch up from when we stopped, and then everything else from then on, and continuously trying to keep up with that. It's hard,
It's also, I don't love reading digitally, you know what I mean? Like also, like I like having like, oh, I just read that comic, there's the comic, you know what I mean? But also, like in the past, like it was fine like to just go pick up a trade, you know what I mean? And if I wanted to read something, pick up a Doom Patrol trade, which I've done in the past, or like the Umbrella Academy, I really like the show, so I'll read the trade, or you know what I mean? Or now, especially like this Ninja Turtles thing, and then the Last Ronin, I was able to buy that hardcover because I wasn't on top of it every comic, and the hardcover's so cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about.
If I bought like all those comics, they'd just be in a short box somewhere, you know what I mean? I think that's more of like the moral of what I'm trying to say is like, I like how things look when like you can put them on a shelf and stuff like that too. And I just need an omnibus, man. I just want an omnibus. I think I might buy a Daredevil omnibus.
Oh, I don't. Dang.
Not now. Probably not next week. But like, I think that's another thing too. Is like I'm being reintroduced into a lot of characters that maybe I didn't know a lot about, or it's been 10 years since I knew about them, or
they're in a different universe.
Something.
I mean, when I got back into it, I was like, who is this Miles Morales? And this is when this started all happening. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? Like, I'm so there's more than one Spider-Man. Like, and now there's a whole Spider-Verse and everything, and I'm obsessed with it. I fell in love with it all over again.
I'm excited for the movie to come. Me too. But that's like one of those things where like if I got in, I love Miles Morales. I like have been addicted to him since that first Spider-Verse came out. But like at this point, if I were to just now fall in love with Miles Morales, like I'd want like to read about him, you know what I mean? And I don't want to go like search out every comic he's ever been in. I'd rather like, okay, this is a full story of what he's done, or like a whole thing of like a whole storyline, and you can read it, and you can, by the end of it, you're like, okay, like, this is dope, or I don't need to buy another one. You know what I mean? Whereas like if you buy 4 comics at $5 a piece, then that's $20, and then you've already bought a trade, and the trade looks cooler on the shelf, and it's easier to keep track of, and you only need to throw a trade in your backpack if you want to, Whereas like, especially with comics, it's like, do I want to put comics in my backpack? Do I have a box to put them in? Do I have like a carrying thing? Do I have bags and boards? Will the bags and boards get dropped? Which way do I need to set my backpack when like for me, for
conventions are going to be fun this year.
For me, for like a trade, I just throw it in my backpack. If the cover gets wrinkled, the cover gets wrinkled because the spine is going to be seen on the shelf.
Yeah. And I feel guilty when a comic gets damaged or anything like that. Like I'm just like, this was supposed to sit, and be preserved, or in some kind of way or extent, like be collected. That's what I like collecting. That's just having it, and like I like having I prefer short boxes just because they store easier in my current situation right now. Yeah, that I can't have all these long boxes, but I can stack up a bunch of short boxes. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
Then you have to be like, oh, the comic I want is in the 4th one down. take them all down. Get the it wasn't in this one. Oh, it was in the second
There's
one.
a lot of times where all these short boxes end up in a circle around me in my room, and I'm just like peeling through them. And
just in an office chair, spinning around in circles.
100%. 100%. That's what the Whatnot stream is. If you see behind the camera, I'm just, here's this one, here's this one. Oh, you want Venom? Okay, this is over here. Oh, you want Batman? This is this box,
Yeah, you almost need like a filing system at that point. You know what I mean?
It's very important to be organized. It's hard.
That's one of those things where like Jem Mint's new basement, man. Like
that dude made me so jealous. Dude, all those omnibuses.
But then it's like, which one? There it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to go digging through a box.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe let us know. Let us know what you think about it. You know what I mean? Because or how you're navigating 2023, because prices are going up. Mm-hmm. Prices are going up. Things are not going to get cheaper. There's going to be more ads and everything. So it's just one of those things where do you want to keep buying $4, $5, $6 books? And a lot of people do. And like, I want to, I would love to, but I don't think it's smart for me, especially like we need a new camera. You know what I mean? Like that, yeah, I want an omnibus. I want a statue. Like, if I could get an omnibus and some kind of statue in 2023, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? That's
awesome.
Not like a $7 action figure, and maybe not
a sideshow.
Maybe not like a $1,500 like big one, like quarter scale or anything.
$500-600.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
We'll start small and work our way up.
One of those third scales or something like that. I've wanted a couple of them for a long time. I wanted to get this Catwoman. I almost bought it like a month ago, dude. I wanted to so bad. It was on sale for like $200. I was like,
somewhere in between like the Black Adam we unboxed and like the $1,500.
Yeah, right.
I did find a couple cool things on Amazon, but I don't know. There's like a really cool Deadpool one, but it's not that expensive, but it's still expensive.
Yeah, they get expensive.
Everything's expensive when you're buying $50 in comics every week.
100%. The thing that I can say about like Sideshow and Prime One Studios and stuff like that is that they are collectible. And they're limited. You know what I'm saying? This is only 1,000 of these made. This is 500 of these made. Do you want the exclusive or not? Because there's only 200 of the exclusive made and 500 of the base model. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's collectability there and investment into it. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Especially if you're getting it day of release and straight brand new from the website. Once it's out, that's when it's going to immediately go up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then however long from that point is just what another collector is willing to pay for it, because you can't find them. Because how many kids knock their dad's statue over and unfortunately,
right. Yeah. I just think for me at the current place in my life, buying like the paper comics every week is not a smart move. You know what I mean? Especially like, I don't want to, like you said, conventions. Like, I don't want to like go on Thursday to a comic shop, buy $50 in comics, and then go to a convention and be like, well, I just spent this. Do I need this? Well, this one's like exclusive. If I went to bought those, then I could, you know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, I could buy all of it, but then like, where does that get me tomorrow? You know what I mean? 100%. Where like, even if I was budgeting, right? If I was budgeting like a smart person, I was like, I got $50 a week to spend on comics, right? Some people, that's a big number. Some people, that's a low number for comics. Right. But if I was like, all right, so I went and bought $38 worth of comics that are nothing. They're just ones that I'm interested in. Then I went to C2E2 and they had like this exclusive variant.
Jim Lee was doing a signing.
Yeah, for like for like $47. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, well, my budget is $50. I already used most of it to buy. You know what I mean? It's like things like that. It's like, having things like the King in Black would be really cool. You know, having more of that stuff in my collection instead of just a box full of books that I'm waiting to put in a dollar bin eventually. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and like, I would like to start maybe doing some Whatnot streams, but you're killing it, so I'm just gonna let you kill it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're doing your thing.
Means a lot. I I was just about to say something. I lost it, and
just intimate, heartfelt conversations.
Right.
Sweep the words right out of your mouth.
pretty much. But yeah.
Yeah.
One goal that I did have, as I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, I guess it would be kind of part of collecting, is to go to more of the comic conventions and stuff. C2E2 is happening pretty close, and I mean, we're not far away. You know, it probably takes us 45-minute drive to get there from where it's held at.
I mean, at least going one day. You know what I mean?
100%. You know, hopefully do a little bit of a meetup with some people that we've been talking to, and get to meet some of our friends that we've made in person, which would be cool. You know, and that's a goal of mine, is to especially meet some of these people in person and personally shake John's hand. You know,
Jonatron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So conventions, more meaningful things in our personal collections, and work on selling. And I mean, sounds like a good 2023 to me. You know, 2023 and me, not a sponsor.
Right. That's funny. But I think that wraps up our collecting for 2023.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Roll that transition.
Hey, why don't you get a job?
Explosions!
Wrapping up this week's podcast, we are getting into our pull list for the week, man. What are you pulling this week?
I was going to say something. I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to start with Daredevil 7. Daredevil 7. You all know, and I said it earlier, I would like to get a Daredevil, omnibus this year. Okay. Anyways, Daredevil is one that, like, he's made cameos in movies. I knew he had the show out. I knew a little bit about him. But then watching, like, the Netflix show, got super into him. There's a new season coming out, and he's probably going to be popping up more in the MCU, I'd imagine, because we've had the same Matt Murdock now for a while, and, he's BA. And I think we might see him some more.
Is that a bad A drop?
Bad A. Yeah, I guess all that to say, Daredevil 7 is on my pull list this week. It sounds like a crazy one. It sounds like Elektra and Matt Murdock are making, like, a safe place, like a stronghold for the Fist, which is already, like, I'm confused. Like, are they infiltrating the Fist, or are they, like,
on their side?
Are people leaving the Fist to join them, or, like, where's the Fist right now? Like, These are a lot of things that I don't know the answers to, but the end of the synopsis says this puts them on a collision course with the rest of the Marvel universe. So something's going on, something's happening.
There we go.
So, like we were talking, reading digitally, I might have to go back a couple issues and read up on what's going on, because this sounds crazy. The cover's cool. There is a couple variants, an Elektra Daredevil variant, Elektra Daredevil Virgin. Hey, man, Daredevil is really cool to me. I feel like, other than, like, Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I didn't have, like, that, like, Nightwing, Red Hood kind of thing in Marvel yet. And I feel like Daredevil has really kind of become that thing for me.
There you go.
And I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, Daredevil, if Daredevil was in DC, he'd fit right in, just because of his combat style, all that stuff.
Just
like
the dark stories that ended up getting told with Daredevil.
And I've been playing Gotham Knights, and I was like, what if we ever saw, like, a Daredevil versus Nightwing fight? Like fist to fist.
Yeah.
I feel like
tip of the nose, tip of the nose.
Yeah, tip of the nose. Eskimo kisses. But yeah, I thought that would be really interesting. I think Nightwing would take him, just because of his acrobat skills and things like that.
It'd be a tough one,
but
it'd be quite the battle to watch.
Daredevil's cool, man.
Yeah, dude.
And
he was cool in She-Hulk too.
Yeah. Best part of She-Hulk, possibly.
100%. The best part of She-Hulk.
His short-lived, like, little thing, and then, like, in Spider-Man, where he's, like, talking to Peter Parker and brick flies through the window, he's like, psh! And Peter Parker's like, what?
Yeah.
He's popped up a few times, so I think we might, especially going into like Secret Wars and stuff, we're gonna see him some more. I'd hope.
He's made a couple little cameos, got a whole show.
Yeah. Born Again is coming soon, so I'd definitely like to see more of him and learn more about him. And I need to find out what's going on with the fist right now.
Right.
It looks like he has a beard in this one too, so he's a little bit older.
You were showing me a page of like the last issue, and it was like Old Man Daredevil almost. I was like, whoa, cool.
Yeah. So we'll see. What book you got, my friend?
All right, number 2 up on this list. Deadly Duo number 3 is coming out this week. Man, are you caught up?
I am.
You're caught up? You caught up? I was going to say, I know that we did a couple of reviews on issue 1 and 2. If you haven't checked that out, check those out. I got super stoked on that when we got the team up announcement, I think back in like August or July.
Yeah. Definitely something I thought was crazy, but wasn't immediately like...
that was something that I was just like,
I think you were doing it enough for both of us.
Probably.
Somebody else had to have like you had tunnel vision. Somebody else had to have like the blinders and the peripheral vision a little bit.
Right. Yeah. And then we met in the middle between the two.
But it is so good.
Right. So in issue number 2, we left off with Batman imprisoned in the Batcave with Nightwing watching over him. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because they're supposed to be teaming up, but he still doesn't trust Joker enough to not keep him tied up.
Joker was prisoned up.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you said Batman. Maybe you didn't. Anyways.
I said Batman imprisoned Joker. I thought I did.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. I could have.
Joker is in the Batcave with Nightwing watching him. Yeah.
100%.
Whatever way was said previously, this is the way it's said now.
Yep. And issue number 1, we got a missing thumb from Jim Gordon. Yep. It's his thumb delivered to Batman. And in issue number 2, we got a clip. We don't know. We know they were cutting him up with something. We don't know what he's missing anymore.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get a body part in issue number 2. So I'm hoping in issue number 3 we get another body part. That sounds so crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to say. I'm hoping in issue 3 we get another body part.
We can put it on our madlib.
Right. Yeah, for real. That's what it sounds like. And all in an attempt to save Jim Gordon, find Harley Quinn, and take down this. Let me see. How do they refer to it as? Genetically modified humanoids.
Okay, yeah.
Versions of the Joker.
It's because I know we've talked. I think it was last week where we talked about like a lot of this like crossover seeming to be happening in DC, but none of it's like confirmed,
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see how this goes, and
this is where it feels like they're tying
if the Man Who Stopped Laughing and this stuff does, that means we're getting Red Hood, we got Nightwing,
Right. We're gonna get a little bit of everybody, all the major players in this one. I hope, dude. This is gonna be a cool one. Next thing you know, Catwoman's in it. Catwoman keeps popping up every once in a while. We don't know. I don't know exactly how significant she's going to be, but I feel like she's probably pretty significant.
We see her as Selena Kyle, right? I think.
We saw her as Catwoman in issue number 1, and then we saw her as Selena Kyle in issue number 2.
Okay.
So she was at, she saw the bat signal and like made a comment about it in issue number 1. Quick, one panel cameo. Issue number 2, same thing. But she was Selena Kyle and at a meeting that Bruce Wayne was supposed to be at, and he didn't show up because he had bigger things going on. Trying to find Jim Gordon.
To say it lightly.
Right, 100%. And it's just getting crazier and crazier trying to hunt down. There's like 3 different things going on. Harley Quinn's been captured. They're trying to hunt down these humanoids, and then find Jim Gordon on top of it.
Yeah,
which is pretty crazy.
It kind of seem like Harley Quinn and Jim Gordon are in like the same place.
That's what I don't know.
Like it seemed like it, but then also it didn't.
Yeah, because Harley Quinn seems to be in like some kind of sewer or like, I don't know, dungeon or something that she can't climb out of. Right. She's like 20 feet, 30 feet down in the ground. As Jim Gordon is in there's 2 rooms. His family is captured in one, and they're watching him get tortured while he's tied up to a bed in another room. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing has been like 100% confirmed yet.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy one.
Lots of potential tie-ins.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
32 pages and a cover price of $4.99.
Staying in the DC universe, we got Lazarus Planet coming out. The first issue. This one sounds crazy too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to work this in somehow. It apparently, basically, liquid, like Lazarus liquid, has basically been shot up into the atmosphere and giving people powers. So it's like giving people stronger powers. It's giving people that didn't have powers, and it sounds chaotic, and I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. We don't have an issue yet. We don't have anything.
We don't have anything. We don't even have the book yet.
Yeah, we have
issue number 1.
We have the synopsis to go on, and it sounds like there's not a lot of people left to help, and somebody's got to help. So we'll see. The synopsis did mention Monkey Prince, so maybe we'll get some Monkey Prince in this. We had to look up who Monkey Prince was, but yeah, we'll definitely be. I'll be tracking this one a little bit.
Just the concept in it. I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna pick it up. I have to pick it up.
There's a bunch of variants for this one too coming out. You know, a book called Lazarus Planet. Yeah. Immediately was like, okay.
Right. I know. We know the Lazarus Pit, and it's like a planet. You know, it's like, this is crazy. It's probably going to tie into some, multiverse stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. It reminds me, did you ever watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I know.
So it kind of reminds me of that because like all the Inhumans were being birthed by these things and people were getting powers, and if they didn't have powers they would die. And yeah, it sounds similar to kind of what was happening in there, but in the DC universe. So we'll see what these 48 pages have to bring us, man. That's crazy.
I'm ready.
And these
for it.
variants are cool.
Always.
Yep.
Number 3 on the 4. Whoops.
Number 4.
It's number 4 on our poll list this week. Number 2 for me.
Hey, we're getting to the end of the podcast. We've been talking too long. We're not this good of friends.
That's a lie. It's such a lie. This dude's like my best friend.
We've been talking for an hour and 11 minutes. We have to cut it off.
Right. At a certain point.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. It's all from love.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, though.
It's funny. Mary Jane Black Cat, issue number 2. It's a dark web tie-in, man. I just love the covers.
Yeah.
That is straight up.
I was just going to say that covers of this are dope.
100%. You know, I picked up cover A for number 1. Cover 2, I'm going to have to pick up cover D.
Cover D?
Cover D has, man, dude, it's got me feeling some type of way. Okay, so I can't tell if it's Spider-Man or Spider-Woman or
oh, yeah,
Mary
you did show me this, yeah.
But it's like, okay, so take like, if you were to throw Spider-Man into AI and you took a man and turned him into a spider, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a human that has morphed into a spider, and it's absolutely insane. It's probably a cover on the screen right now. I'm in love with these kind of covers. I'm speechless if you can't tell, because I'm just like,
Yeah, you sound like me trying to get through a sentence.
Right? We do the same thing, man. But yeah, cover D, and it took the words out of my mouth, to say the least. You know, it's amazing for the cover. I still haven't read issue number 1.
Yeah, I haven't. This is Dark Web, though, right?
Yeah, Dark Web time. So we just got issue number 1 last week or the week before that, and now we're getting issue number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't been long. I'm up to date with some of the Dark Web stuff, but like I was saying earlier, it's so hard to. This is the stuff that I want to omnibus up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want a whole like dark web omnibus and be able to read everything.
Yeah, because dark web's still coming out too, so we'll get it. We'll get it. We just don't. They need to put.
There's like 3. There's like 3 dark webs a week. you know what I mean? It's hard to
either
keep up
Spider-Woman dark web tie-ins. Just
ASM
dark web.
There's Gold Goblin stuff.
Yep.
I think there's some other stuff, but yeah, there's definitely like multiple things coming out a week from that.
Dark Web's a pretty big thing. And so is the Beyond series.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
excited. I'm stoked for that.
I don't know a lot about this other than the covers are cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my input on Mary Jane and Black Cat.
Mary Jane Black Cat.
I said Black Jane and Mary Cat earlier on accident, so I tried not to say that again, but then I immediately called myself out. But
that's crazy.
It was before we started filming.
Oh.
But yeah, super cool stuff coming on the pull list. There is a new Something's Killing the Children coming out. Mm-hmm. There's some other cool stuff coming.
We got some heat this week.
But yeah, it is what it is. You know, we decided two books. So
yeah.
Let us know what you think about our pull list. Let us know what you think about collecting in 2023. And let us know if you like the Mad Libs as much as we did, because we had a fun time doing it. If you guys want to check out the description, you can get things like free money on Whatnot, like we said earlier, or Dubby Energy. Dubby Energy, 10% off at checkout for all your Jitterless energy needs. Until next time, this has been
Collective Comics.